Hello, it's Monday the 17th. I'm FX Blue and this is the market brief. So Johnson's roadmap for recovery might have hit a bit of a bump in the road with the Indian variant spreading around the UK. The next steps, which will see more restrictions lifted, will still go ahead as planned. But questions remain around the full reopening, which is scheduled for next month, while there is still confusion over the effectiveness of the current vaccines. Concerns are understandable, of course, until we have firm data to rely on. On a brighter note, the economy is recovering at pace. We have a few MPC members on today. The market will be looking for clues as to how they think the economy will perform once the stimulus is withdrawn. And of course we may see the question of negative interest rates raised once again. Looking ahead at the week, we have unemployment numbers due tomorrow and then inflation data due out on Wednesday, which will give an update against the two key pillars of concern. But in the market, sterling remains pretty well supported at the moment. We posted gains against the dollar last week, touching a high of 141.65. That move was driven largely by the pace of the UK recovery. The dates due this week may paint a better picture for the pound, but for now we kick off the new week around 140.85. The FOMC minutes are due this week from the US. We'll get to see whether the Fed members had advanced warning of last week's inflation data. It wasn't as much of a surprise as the non-farm payrolls were the week before, but it still saw the market sit up and demand explanation both about what the Fed intends to do and indeed when they intend to do it. What we do know is that the Fed will taper bond purchases before any rate hike. And it looks like we won't see any tapering this year. Indeed, a Reuters poll suggested no change until Q1 2022. But Powell and his team at the Fed know they've got some tough calls ahead. They do look pretty committed to getting it right, though, seemingly unaffected by popularity or indeed reselection pressures. The inflation gains pushed the dollar index up towards 91 last week, but that move was unsustainable. Ultimately, the Fed's reaction is much more important than the data itself, and that decision is still very much pending. Euro dollar kicks off the new week from around 121.35, and that's it from me today. Have a great day. Do join me again tomorrow.
If you do not have a clue, then just tweet through and ask FX Blue.